Hey, welcome everybody. It's time for Ask the Expert. Today we're talking to our friends from Murphy Laser, and if you have questions about this sort of activity, today we're going to focus on veins, but if you have any questions about the things we talk about, you're more than welcome to call us at 613-789-6559, extension 2803. Email us, ottawa.morning@ctv.ca. You can ask questions via Facebook, via Twitter. So make sure you do that if you are so inclined. Diana Murphy is here. How are you?
I'm very well.
Good to see you.
Nice to see you again. Very good.
Yeah?
Very good.
Yeah, we got your website up here, and you do a whole lot of different things at Murphy Laser.
We do a lot of things.
Yeah.
Lots. We do, from leg veins, face veins, facial rejuvenation, Botox.
Botox, all that sort of thing.
All that nice stuff, yeah.
Facial rejuvenation. Boy, I could sure use some of that. But we're going to talk about veins today in particular.
Okay.
Because there are so many that people are dealing with, right? We've got facial veins, we have leg veins, we have all kinds of different things.
Exactly, and it used to be the gold standard was sclerotherapy, and now we've got another option, which is laser treatment,
right.
Which is amazing because what I can do in one treatment would take you about 6 or 7 treatments going to get needles.
Oh, is that right?
And nobody likes needles.
No. I kind of have this problem myself as a 50-year-old person. I have some varicose veins and stuff that don't look like they should, I don't think. And at some point there was a doctor once who said, you're going to have to get this looked after.
Right. Well, varicosities are a different issue. Those things are very well taken care of with sclerotherapy.
Right.
But the superficial veins, the varicosities are superficial, but they're a little bit under too much pressure for my laser.
Right.
So I send those off to get
so
treated
these are, we're
by
talking small,
sclerotherapy.
do they call them spider veins? Is that what they call them?
Spider veins, or some reticular veins that I can do. And any vein that isn't like gnarly.
Yeah.
You know what varicosities look like. Any vein that isn't like that, I can pretty much take care of.
Okay. Okay. We're going to look at some pictures, some examples of what we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
These are some that. These are in a leg, or right?
This is a leg vein.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a before picture, and the picture that I'm going to show you after happened immediately after treatment.
So this is the redness that results?
Well, that's the redness above, but you can see the veins are gone.
They're gone.
They're gone.
Disappeared in one treatment?
Yeah. This is another lady who had a very big patch of vessels. So
and that's a leg, by the way. Yeah.
That's a leg at the back of her knee.
Yeah, we'll show you the.
And she would require. She came back 2 weeks later, all gone. She needed a little bit of a touch-up around that area that I treated, but it's that fast.
Here we go.
No, that's not it. But anyway, that's another vessel.
That's another vessel.
Yeah, and then that's the before part.
Yeah.
And then the next treatment, you can see I didn't treat the bottom part, but I treated the top part. And it's all gone.
You can really see the difference there because the what's down below there.
So
okay, so here's
the
our next
before
one.
again.
Yeah.
And the after should be right after. There you go.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah, isn't that amazing?
Wow.
And then she comes back in the 2-week period after that, and I treated those other vessels that were left behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, these sort of veins can not only appear on your legs or your lower extremities, but also in facial areas.
Well,
anywhere, right?
Yeah.
And especially in the nose area?
A lot of people have the nose veins. You
like
can see
that.
this gentleman here. Yeah. Lots of nose veins there. And then that's immediately after you see there's no veins left.
Right. That's good.
And there's a face.
On the cheek, yeah.
She had a lot of vessels. And then there you can see that she's nothing left.
Wow. Now,
and
these vessels come to the surface just over time for no apparent reason?
Oh, there's reasons. You can have rosacea, which can precipitate it. There's the nose vein inside.
Yeah.
There used to be the standard about 10 years ago. Some people are still using it, where they would you come out looking like you've been hit with a baseball bat. So you'd be black and blue across here. When you leave my office, there's virtually no sign.
And that's because of the laser technology that's available?
And the technologist, of course.
Go ahead.
No, but to be serious though, you don't have to go through that. You used to use a pulse dye laser for this.
Right.
The end result is gorgeous, but it's the same kind of result that I give you.
Right.
But you don't have to go through that 2 to 3 week downtime, which nobody wants today.
Right.
Right.
So many of these things can be taken care of with the one treatment?
For face veins, probably just one. Most people one. People that have resilient vessels around their nose is pretty resilient. They can be resilient.
Yeah.
So that might require a second treatment.
Right.
Leg veins, that's all a different process. Some people can get it all done in one treatment. Other people, leg veins are a process. So
Depends on how you react to it? how
Not
your
how
skin
you react.
reacts?
It's not the skin, it's the vessel itself. So it depends on how complicated the vessel is. So
Right.
you can come for one treatment, I'll see you again in 8 weeks. We do another treatment.
Yeah.
And sometimes people's legs are so complicated in the sense that they've got vessels everywhere. I'll do one part of their leg, they'll come back the next day or 2 days later, I'll do, the other leg.
Yeah.
So treatments vary on the complexity of the person that I'm treating.
Is this permanent when you get rid of them with the laser? Does it stay that way?
The ones that I treat and the
Yeah.
ones that go away, those will stay away. But
Yeah.
if you have a propensity to get leg veins, you're going to get more
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah.
So, exercise 30 minutes a day, just going out for a good brisk walk will
That'll
help
do
to
it.
keep those, well, I don't know, it'll keep them at bay.
Yeah.
It'd
Get
be
your heart
better,
rate up, right?
better than not doing exercise.
Yeah. And a good brisk walk can help you in many ways.
Well, yeah. I'm not telling you to go out and run a marathon, but just a nice brisk walk 30 minutes a day, and that should help
All right.
take care of it.
We've opened up the phone lines for your questions for Diana Murphy today. So give us a call, 613-789-6559, extension 2803. You can email us, ottawa.morning@ctv.ca. Our Facebook address is on there. You can tweet us at CTV Ottawa Live on Twitter, whatever it takes to get your question answered. If you're looking for Murphy Laser, well, there they are. On Lewis Street, there's the phone number, and check out their website. All kinds of valuable information on there. We'll talk more with Diana Murphy from Murphy Laser coming up on Ask the Expert. After this, we'll be right back. 9:22, welcome back to Ask the Expert with Murphy Laser. Questions? Call 613-789-6559, extension 2803. Ottawa.morning@ctv.ca is our email address. You can also get us on Facebook and Twitter. It's your opportunity, folks, to ask questions free of charge. Seriously, take advantage of it. Diana Murphy is here. We're talking about mostly spider veins is what most people would recognize them as. And a lot of cheeks, a lot of nose area, a lot of legs mostly, right?
That's right. A lot of, so a lot of this is caused by sun damage. So they'll come
is that
in.
right?
Yeah, a lot of it's sun damage. So they'll come in and say, can you take care of this? But they're all worried about downtime. And most of it leaves before they before they leave the door.
No kidding.
Without a mark.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's quite an impressive treatment.
Yeah.
And technology's come a long way.
I bet. Hey, and that advances all the time, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So you guys keep up with that, and
yeah. Well, we've had this particular laser has been probably a forerunner for veins.
Yeah.
So it's
fair to say, though, you guys have been the leaders in this area in the nation's capital.
We have been.
Right.
Right.
You've been on top
leg
of this
and-
for a long time.
For sure.
Yeah, because I met you years ago, and you were doing some things that nobody else was doing.
That's right. Yeah. So
Here's Nancy's Facebook question today, and this would be a common question, I'm sure. I have dark spots on my face I can't get rid of. I've tried dark spot remover, but it didn't work. Do you have any suggestions for dark spots?
I do have suggestions for dark spots, but before you get general about dark spots, you have to know what you're treating.
Yeah.
Okay, some people can have a thing called melasma, which is a hormonal response to the sun, so you wouldn't use a laser on them. And other people have just sun damage. So on sun damage, you can use something like photorejuvenation, IPL, works amazing. In my office, I do 1 to 2 treatments. Other places, they'll do 6 treatments. I can get it taken care of in 1 to 2. Amazing clearance. Your skin looks like porcelain after.
Right.
For melasma, we have a medicated prescription cream that Dr. Murphy would dispense, and then that would help with the melasma.
Right. So you mentioned, we should mention that there is a doctor on site, right?
There is.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dr. Murphy's there, so I work under his guidance.
Yeah, exactly. So he knows what he's talking about. He's a doctor. So
should.
it's good to know
Yes.
that there's a doctor there.
Yeah, and it has been helpful because I have caught things and had to send them off to a dermatologist.
Right.
And
So you
it's
need
been
to
good.
identify the problem when it comes to dark spots or anything else, really.
Exactly. You got to be aware of what you're treating before
Yeah.
you treat it.
Yeah.
For sure.
The next thing you know, you've gone down a path you didn't want to go down or whatever.
Oh yeah.
So the dark spots are a common sort of thing, right?
Yeah, they're pretty common, especially when you get up, upwards of, in your 40s. You start to, as soon as you turn 40, you wake up one morning and go, all the things that you did in your teens for sun damage starts to appear on your 40th
pay
birthday.
for it later.
You pay for it later.
Yeah,
big
you sure
time.
do.
But it's okay. You can get it taken off.
Right.
Lasers are easy.
Right.
Very easy. And if you keep up with the sunscreen and you stay out of the sun, these sun damages will stay away.
Yeah.
If you go in the sun, if I treat you and then 6 months later you decide to go to Cuba and don't put your sunscreen on, that sun damage is back.
Right.
Because you can take the pigment out. Can't cure the sun damage, but I can take the pigment out of it.
Right. Right.
So it's really
but
important.
But if I
to wear
look after
sunscreen.
myself and use the right type of sunblock and so on.
If you do your homework at home, you should be fine.
Yeah.
What people don't realize today, and I don't know why the manufacturers of sunscreen don't push this more, is that sunscreen lasts about 2 to 2.5 hours. That's it.
Yeah.
So people don't reapply it. They put it on in the morning, they leave, go to work, and then that's it. They go and sit on a patio at lunch.
Yeah.
They think the sunscreen they put on at 7 o'clock in the morning is going to do it.
Yeah.
It's not going to do it.
Yeah.
You need to reapply.
What about moisturizing and looking after your skin?
All very important.
Yeah.
All very important. So
Yeah.
you should moisturize twice a day, morning and at night, at least twice a day, right?
Right.
And at night you should do something a little bit heavier because that's when your cells
A
are.
night cream as well?
Yeah, night cream as you were.
Yeah. I try and do that now,
You do,
Diane.
right?
I try.
And how's that working for you?
For pretty good.
Good.
Yeah, it makes you feel your face look better. There's no question about that.
And your skin feels
Your skin
smoother?
feels good, and guys should do it especially.
We have a lot of men coming into
Yeah,
our office.
absolutely. I mean, think about the things that the guys put their face through. Right, they're shaving, most of them every day.
The shaving part's not bad though. That's a natural exfoliant. They're not a
Is it?
natural exfoliant, but you're exfoliating it every day. So
Yeah.
it's not so bad. But yeah, we have a lot of men.
Yeah.
People think that men don't come in and do any of these treatments, but they'd be surprised to see how many people walk
Well,
through our
that's
door.
because we don't look after our skin when we should, right?
Well, either do women, otherwise they wouldn't be there either.
Yeah,
But
true.
but it's nice to see that men are taking care of themselves too, and not shy to walk in and say, you know what, I don't want this on my face anymore.
Right.
And it's so easy to take care of.
Well, men are prone to these, definitely on the red veins on the nose, right?
Well, we tend to see it more on men because they don't
Yeah.
wear makeup.
Right.
Women tend to hide it very well with a good cover up.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of women tell me, is that after having the treatments at our office, they're not wearing half the makeup they used to wear. 'Cause
Yeah.
They don't have to.
Really?
Yeah, they don't have to wear the cover
Isn't
up.
that interesting,
yeah.
eh?
So it's nice.
Yeah, I suppose the more you let things go that way, the more you're going to try and cover it up.
Well, the more you have to.
Yeah.
Sometimes I had one lady come in the office and say, I'm not doing this for me, I'm doing this for the general public.
Wasn't that bad?
No, it wasn't, but she was just funny. I thought it was pretty funny.
All right, we're going to take a break, but listen, there's more opportunity for you to ask questions, get some free advice from Diana Murphy from Murphy's Lasers. So make sure you drop us a line via email, ottawa.morning@ctv.ca, via Facebook, or better yet, call us 613-789-6559, extension 2803. Murphy Laser on the program. There's where you can find them. They're not hard to find at all. Matter of fact, check out their website, which we've had up on our screen, and you can find out more about what they do. All kinds of great services available.
No one's okay.
All right, we'll take a break and be back with our third segment here on Ask the Expert right after this. Welcome back, everybody. It's time for our third segment here on Ask the Expert. Diana Murphy is here, and we got some great questions. We'll start with Edith, who is on the telephone. Edith, how are you?
Great.
Very good. What's your question today?
Well, my question is, I had the vein treatment before, and I had it done with salt and water.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm just wondering what the difference is between the salt and water and the laser, and how does that work?
That's a good question, Edith. Now, what's this salt and water she's talking about?
Probably needles, right, Edith? You had the needles?
Yeah? Is it needles? Okay, Edith's gone. Yeah.
Okay, the salt, what she's talking about is sclerotherapy. So the difference between sclerotherapy and what I do, basically the end result is the same in the sense that what the needle does with the solution is it basically, you inject the solution, it damages the wall of the vessel collapses, your body absorbs it.
Right.
The vein's gone.
Right.
When I use the laser, the heat goes in, damages the vessels, cut off the circulation to that vessel. The blood goes deeper down where it's supposed to be.
Right.
That vessel wall collapses and your body has to absorb it.
Right.
Okay?
Right, so that's how the vein disappears.
That's how the vein disappears.
Okay.
Now, what she's asking me is whether one treatment's better than the other. Well, it depends on the size of the vessel and everything else. So if you're talking about varicosities, definitely sclerotherapy is better for you.
Okay, yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
But you can go get those treated and then come and get me to do the superficial vessels.
Gotcha.
Okay? When you're talking about teeny tiny little vessels, the spider veins that are on your legs, they respond, from what my clients tell me, much better than the sclerotherapy because it's faster. And it just seemed to go away. When some of my clients have been saying they've gone for sclerotherapy treatment, and over time they keep going, and the treatments either tend to, some areas tend to cause matting, which is little tiny vessels at the site where you've injected.
Okay.
So which can cause, well, I can get those, that's pretty easy for me. It's not easy for a needle, because your needle, you're injecting fluid, so you're causing a little bit more trauma to that area. So it can precipitate more vessels.
Interesting.
I don't seem to have that issue with precipitating more vessels with my laser. So that's the difference. That's the answer to her question.
Very good. We've got Terry on the telephone with another question along those lines, I do believe. Hi, Terry. How are you?
Hi, very good, thanks.
Very good. What's your question today?
Okay, my question is about rosacea in the face. I've been diagnosed with the rosacea, and I've been doing some research, and rosacea message boards were saying that both V-beam and photo rejuvenation require, for them to work, they require that the technician take it up so high that you get quite a bit of bruising, and that's the only way that it's going to be effective. If they don't, you'll just never get it to go away.
So you're wondering about the bruising then?
Yeah, and if it's required.
No, actually, it's not required. I've treated a lot of people with rosacea. That used to be old school. They used the V-beam does bruise, and you're out of commission for a couple of weeks. In my office, what I do is I go after the vessels that you can probably see on your face. I don't know if you can see any vessels. I knock those off first, and then I go after the underlying redness with an IPL treatment, and I hit you fairly hard. I have not gotten, if I've gotten any bruising, it's been very minor, and it's not very often. Now, that being said, rosacea, you can't cure rosacea. We can get it under control, but there's no cure for it. You can get it under control. I have clients that have really bad rosacea. After a few treatments coming in to see me, I might see them once a year, once every 2 years. With really, really bad rosacea, I might see them every 6 months for a quick IPL. So these clients are very well managed. So no, you do not have to go through the bruising. That's old school.
Gotcha. Well, it's a good question to ask.
It is a very good question.
It was, in fact, common practice.
Well, I've gotten a lot of people in my office that have gone through that procedure in the past at different places. In the past, that was all that was available. And they brought pictures of them, and it looks like someone took a baseball bat, hit them across here, and they were just black and blue. And they didn't know that was going to happen. And 2 weeks out of work is, it's a lot for a lot of people.
We do have time for one more question. Patty's joining us this morning. Hi, Patty. How are you?
Very good. How are you this morning?
Very good, thanks. What's your question?
My husband was just diagnosed or whatever with rosacea, and he has a beard. And it's just on his cheeks. He looks like he's happy all the time. He opted using cream to get rid of it. He's nervous with the laser because of scarring. He's worried because it's on his face. Everybody sees it every day. So he's more concerned as if the laser does, and we've all seen those W5 laser scare. So I guess being on his face, he's more scared of having the laser. Is this something he should be scared of?
Well, you should be very cautious about where you go and what their track record is. I've never scarred anybody. Or burnt anybody on their face like that.
This is your field, right, Diana? This is what you do.
And when you're dealing with a man and on his cheeks and when he's got a beard, you have to be very cautious because the beard has pigment in it. This is a pigment-seeking device. So the man has to be warned that he could lose some of his beard.
Should you shave it off? Would that help?
Well, he'd have to shave it off if I was going to go into that area. Sometimes the rosacea is just kind of concentrated on the cheek area where the beard isn't. But if it's lower and it bothers him in that area, losing facial hair is a risk. Especially if he's very dark pigmented hair. So risk. It's always a risk whenever you're putting a heat source near anybody.
However,
you have to, but you have to go somewhere where it's reputable and and make sure you do your research.
That's a good idea. And next time you're on, we'll talk more about some of the other things that you can do for people. And I know that the list is extensive.
We do a lot of nice things. It's the best job.
Exactly. Murphy Laser joining us. Diana Murphy, thank you so much. Good to see you, and I'll see you next time you're here.
Okay.
If you want to get in touch with them, listen, do yourself a favor. Like Diana said, do your research. And you can do that by talking to the folks at Murphy Laser, going on their website, and finding out more about the services you might want for yourself or someone you know. Coming up on 9:38. CTV Morning Live continues right after a quick break. We'll be right back.